Okay, hello Nintendo Wii here. Welcome to part 2 of my celebration for Mario's 30th anniversary. This is Super Mario Bros. 3. Let's start. I've played this one a lot more than Mario 1, so hopefully I won't have too much trouble with it. Hope you all enjoyed the last video. I am playing the original NES version. I won't be taking any shortcuts like I did last time. So this is a completely a run through of every single level in the game. And I'm going to show you a few little secrets like this. Just for fun, to show that you can hide behind the blocks. You can actually use that later on to get to some secret areas. It wears off after a while, but now I'm in front of it again. But it's pretty cool. I can't remember how I found that out. I'm sure if you've played Mario Maker and you've played some of the custom, not the custom levels, the built-in levels, you'll probably recognise this one. And hopefully you've all built some really cool levels by now, because it's been out for about a week, I suppose, by the time you've seen this. I'm certainly having a lot of fun with it. I just managed to unlock all the different pieces, so that was exciting. Now I've gone a bit crazy, so I need to... I think what I need to do is try and focus on exactly what I want the level to be about, rather than just throwing in any crazy items that I can get my hands on. So, Mario 3 came out in 1991, I think? Probably earlier than that in Japan, but certainly 1991 or 2 here in the UK. Although it doesn't really matter too much to me, as I wasn't even born then. Well, I was born in 92, but not in time for Mario. Although I did play a lot of it growing up. It's one of these games I've always had, so I don't really remember when I first played it, but certainly very young anyway. And I can remember quite a lot of secrets in this game. I'll only be doing the ones that don't result in a level skip, because I do want to try and play through the entire game, which I don't think I've done for a long time. It would be great for you guys to see everything the game has to offer. Maybe you can get some ideas for Mario Maker from it. One of the cool things about this game, I like how Mario does his front flip when you get the star power up. So as you can see, the levels are all pretty short, but they're all really interesting and they all have their own unique kind of ideas. Kind of like how a lot of the newer 3D Mario games are doing. So it kind of reminds me a bit of the Mario 3D World and 3D Land games. They take the same kind of one idea and run with it sort of way of making things. And so does Mario Galaxy to an extent, especially Mario Galaxy 2. So there's another secret you might not have known about. This takes you to a kind of boring area, but just wanted to pick up a few coins. There's some more coins up here somewhere. There they are. And a question block. Or some kind of block. So yeah, I do remember a lot about this game. Well, it does get pretty challenging later on, but hopefully not as frustrating as Mario 1 was. Because if you watched that, I'm sure you loved my frustration at World 6. You can't really tell from watching the video back, but the amount of effort I went into to finish recording that is ridiculous. So here we go, go to Toad's house and you get to pick a treasure chest. And if you go up to Toad, he actually turns around to look at you. I always thought that was really neat. So just pick a chest at random. And then get an item which is added to your item menu on the world map. Which is a really cool addition to this game. It means that if you are stuck on a level, you can literally just press the B button, flip over, choose the item you want, and then carry on. So this is an optional level, this one's actually a scrolling stage. I really don't like scrolling stages very often, but for this video I will be playing through all of them. It's not too difficult, I just get frustrated that I have to wait so much. I'm sure if you saw part 1, you know I'm not one for waiting around in Mario games. Or in fact any game really. I guess that's why I like Sonic the Hedgehog so much. because that's just run as fast as you can everywhere and don't care about anything because you've got a million rings to keep you going. So I think a lot of people first heard about Mario 3 from the movie The Wizard. Well, certainly a lot of people in America. It was basically a 2-hour long advert for the game, more or less. The whole film was just building up to the one scene at the end where the kids go into the Nintendo Championships at Universal Studios and they play Mario 3 for the very first time and the crowd goes crazy. Even though I'm sure by that point the game was already out in Japan. So if the kids were nerds enough, they would have gone to their local import shops and already played it. But that wasn't a plot point in the film, so yeah, never mind. And that's also why the Power Glove became so popular. It's so bad, as in good, because it's cheesy American drama stuff. So there we go, that horrible level was out of the way. It's not as bad as I remembered it being. Now this here, you have to line up the different items by pressing the A button at the right time to get this to stop. I used to have some sort of pattern to it, but I'm not really sure anymore. I think it's like you've got to press it the one before the one you want it to land on. Almost. Kind of looks like the mushroom has a weird moustache. And then you go into the castle, and at the end of the castle, I guess I won't tell you yet, you'll see, but the boss fight at the end's a bit weird. He did make a comeback in some of the later games. One thing you definitely will notice straight away is just how much better the graphics are compared to Mario 1. It's almost like this is running on a completely different system. The difference is just astounding, really. After just a few years, they managed to get so much more power out of the NES or the Famicom. Whoops. Never mind. I was trying to show off, I think. Oh, I didn't make it. You don't even need to duck here, you can just stand there. It doesn't hurt you. Mario 3 is available on everything really, so if you do want to play it after watching this and you haven't done so for whatever reason, you can get it on the Virtual Console, you can get it on the 3DS. I've got it on 3DS and you can actually do the multiplayer using 2 different 3DS systems linked up with download play, which is really cool. And there we go, that was the first boss. Stupidly easy, as most Mario bosses are. 3 hits and you're dead kind of thing. There you go, once you destroy the castle, it unlocks that key thing at the start of the level. And then it also sends this flying around, which is just a match the pairs kind of game. That was a lucky guess, but you just have to keep going. And there was. Wow! I'm doing well. Okay, there we go. I'm sure you get the idea of it. And it doesn't change, so the next time you go into the level, as long as you've flipped them over, you can try and remember which ones you saw, and then use that next time. Even if you're in a different world, it still carries over to the same one until you finish it, which is really good. Like the remix of the Underground theme. And you can tell the levels were getting a lot more complicated, because even though it's underground, you can still go above ground as well. And there's another secret to do another one of these little fly-in sections. These bits are pretty dull. Just run to the right as fast as it will let you. I can't fly, so I don't know if anything's up there or not. Can't really remember. This is one thing you can't do on Mario Maker though, you can't make these sort of cloud levels. I think the closest thing you can get to that is probably the airship level, and then use the clouds. But it's not quite the same. But I think that's the closest you'd be able to do. So there we go, that was that level complete. I like how when Mario reaches full speed, the little meter at the bottom fills up and he actually stretches his arms out to make it look like he's running through the wind. Okay, so you see that Hammer Brother there just came forward. That means you get to go into a mini little battle to get a treasure chest. It's really simple, all you have to do is just hit the brick that he was standing on top, and then go back and pick the treasure up. Occasionally there's something in them blocks, but not very often. And that's it, and then you get a power up which gets added to your items at the bottom. So now if I look at my items, then I've got some stars as well. So here we go, level 6. This one's an iconic level. Classic. I guess this is sort of this game's equivalent to the mushrooms level in Mario 1, level 3. And here's introducing some new elements. That's a moving platform. You can do that in Mario Maker. You can even set the grid that they go on. There's something in one of these boxes up here, that's why I didn't do that. There we go. And you can actually use your tail to hit the blocks as well, if you line it up right. Or you can just do that. There we go. I haven't got many coins anyway. For some reason the coins show as dollars in this game, even though in the first game they were just literally coins. I don't know if it's like that in the Japanese version or if it's just in the UK and US one. This is the PAL version, but it was optimised for PAL, so you won't actually notice any difference. When I'm playing it on the Retron 5, you can set it to think it's the American one anyway. I haven't really mentioned these yet. If you get 3 in a row of the same kind, then it will go up into the sky and then give you a certain amount of 1-ups based on what the card was. So because I got the fire flower, that's 3 extra lives. If I get the star, that's 5. If I get the mushroom, that's just 1 or maybe 2, I can't remember. It's probably 2 actually. And then it's 1 if you just get normal cards next to each other. So there we go, got another little power up from Toad. And then we're off to the castle to rescue the king who's been transformed. Not Princess Peach. She's just completely at the end of this game. So the whole point of this game is to get to the airship at the end of each world, collect a magic wand, and then turn the king back to normal. For some reason. So here we go, onto the airship. These get really difficult later on. There's some really tricky layouts with all these bullets that are flying around and stuff. And cannons everywhere. This one's so easy compared to what comes later. Doesn't matter that I got hit, there's a power-up block just there. With a fire flower in it, if I remember right. There it is. That one spins round, so you have to be careful about that one. You can tell I've played this game too much. Well, there's no such thing as too much. It's a Mario game. I'm kind of... Oh, that shouldn't have hit me because I was standing on top of it. I'm kind of interested to see where Nintendo's going to take the 2D Mario series now. Because now that Mario Maker's out, they've pretty much explored all the possibilities of 2D Mario games. I can't really see making another new Super Mario Bros. Game now, after everything they've already done. I did really like New Super Mario Bros. U. There you go, you just gotta grab onto that. It doesn't matter if it hits the floor or not, you just jump over it for fun. But yeah, I do really like New Super Mario Bros. U, which you'll see in part 4 of this series if I get that far. Fingers crossed I will, because I've got a bit of time off work now. Hooray! So I can do some things for fun. Yes, this is my idea of fun. Not going out partying like a lot of people do. But that's just me. There we go. The king's turned into his old Arabian self. Maybe that was a slight nod to Mario 2. Which I might do if I get any requests for. The only reason I'm not doing it is because it's not part of Mario Maker. So I think I just skipped that then, but that was actually a letter from the princess saying that she gave you this special P-Wing which you're supposed to use against boos to stop them from seeing you in the castle. But I actually save it until the level with the scary sun that tries to swoop down and kill you. You'll see later on. But that's where I use that instead. There's introducing a lot of new enemies in this level. The fire things. There's a whole load of secrets down there that I'm missing out, but I'm just worried about finishing the level really. There we go. Yeah, there's bouncing blocks with feet that use them like springs kind of thing. That's never really been done before, or done since actually. This is the only game that does that. So here we go, let's go get some more lives. Possibly. Depending on if I can line them up very well. Probably not now I got a star. Oh, we'll never know. Here we go. Can I get it? Not quite. It's the opposite of last time. Let's see if I've got any items. I'll use a mushroom just to be on the safe side. So all these levels have a kind of desert theme. That block you can actually hit, so you have to be careful not to fall down there. It's good to have the wings on this level because there's a lot of dodging things in the air, which is obviously a lot easier if you can hover like that. This was one of people's favourite additions to Mario 3, was the Tanuki suit. Although this isn't the full Tanuki suit, the full one actually lets you turn into a statue, which you'll probably see later on. This one's just like a raccoon tail. But it lets you do the same thing, you can still fly with it. Basically to fly you just have to build that bar up at the bottom, and then you just jump, and then you just keep jumping and you can fly around until that bar runs out, and then you just fall to the ground. And I was very lucky there and I managed to get another star. So if I get one more star then I'll get another 5 lives. This game really does just throw the lives out, not like Mario 1. That was a nightmare trying to get extra lives on. There's like a few hidden blocks somewhere, and then that was it. Let's see if I can remember any of these. Probably not. Nope. Oh well, I got one more towards it anyway. So here we go, off to the castle. Which has some cool new graphics going on. And this is where you're supposed to use the P-Wing to stop the boos from attacking you at the end of this corridor, but I never really saw the point in that. Because they're so easy to avoid anyway. Look, he's just up there doing nothing. As long as you look at him, he doesn't come after you. So there's really nothing to worry about. The only thing to worry about on this one is getting stabbed by the spikes, which is coming up in a second. The thwomps aren't anything to worry about anyway. There's always room for you to stand next to them. There's another tail in there. You can just run straight through all these ones. Now this is a room you have to worry about. I don't want to lose my raccoon tail, so I'll take it slow. Usually I run straight through this, but I do want to try and preserve a little bit of my items anyway. I guess this is kind of a worrying area for the boos to attack you, but never mind, I got through it fine. And now the same boss as last time, except this one's a different colour. It's probably more to do with the sprite limitations than the fact that it's actually a different enemy, but never mind, it's still just as easy as last time. Although if you do leave him too long, he does start flying, which can be a bit problematic. But I don't really care, because he's so simple. And if I wanted to, I could go and get another item, but I don't really need one for now. So let's go on to level 3, which is a classic level. Everyone loves this stage. Or I do at least. Although I always used to run straight down that pit there and die for some reason. So I've learnt not to do that over the years. Over the many years of playing Mario 3. I think in this one you can actually get a 1-up for hitting the different amounts of enemies. You can kind of cheat just by flying over most of the stages, much like Kirby, but that kind of defeats the point of it. I knew there was some sort of secret up there. Yay, secrets. Which I'm getting used to making my own secrets these days, thanks to Mario Maker. Which is so much fun. It's got to be one of the best games. Game of the year for me, easily. Or maybe Splatoon. Splatoon was awesome. But it still is, if only they'd fix the stupid online problems. You can keep sending that all the way down there, but... Oh god, I'm kind of stuck now. I'll just leave it. You can get a whole load more coins, but I don't really need them. There's a nice little palm tree to end the level on. Oh, and I didn't get the star, so no 5 lives for me. Let's see if I get 1. Yeah, so it must be 2 for a mushroom. 3 for a flower and 5 for a star. There we go. And everyone was like, oh my god, this level's bigger than it looks. It fills more than one screen. I'll try this level without using the P-Wing, so you can see what I mean. But this is the one where the sun chases you. I bet it's going to seem really easy now, but when I was a kid I used to have a lot of problems with it. And the tornadoes that come out of the ground there. I can still sort of fly over the level. Basically, if you got the P-Wing, you can just do that the whole time. Yep, that wasn't a problem whatsoever. I don't know why I struggled with that as a kid. I think I was just scared more than anything. Like the scary face in Mario 2 that comes after you. Right, let's go see what this hammer brother wants. A new hammer. He doesn't want a hammer, he wants a boomerang. We got a music box. That just sends them to sleep on the world map in case you don't want to fight them. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to fight them, because you'd be missing out on items then. Let's go and see if Toad's got a new item. I can't remember what happens when it fills it up. I think it goes onto like a second screen, so you can have 2 screens of items. Yeah, it does, because the music box is on that screen. So that's pretty good, you don't need to worry about running out of items or anything. So I'll do World 4, and then I will go and do World 5, just because I want to try and do all of them. Aha, I don't know if you saw that or not, but up here is a hidden path. As long as you've got the flying ability. It's kind of hidden away a little bit. Yes, I know I'm missing some things out, but I don't want this to take too long. There's a P-switch somewhere that lets you flip all these round. I think. Oh, maybe not, I can't remember. Oh no, I missed out. Never mind. The finish is right there anyway. Well, they've got 90, might as well go and get the rest of the coins. Just to finish up and get another life. Well, almost get another life, I'm not going to risk dying. Just for another 2 coins. Whoops. I got 1 coin for killing him anyway. And 2 stars, I only need 1 more. And then I will have 20 lives, how crazy is that already? Let's go do World 5. I can't remember this one too well, because I usually skip this level. The first introduction to Chain Chomp! Hooray! Oh. And also my first death. I'm certainly doing a lot better than Mario 1 anyway. Let's see, I'll use another mushroom. Just in case this guy wants to hit me. Before I get a chance to hit him. But that shouldn't happen. Almost got hit by his boomerang. And depending on what side of the screen you're standing on when you kill him, then the treasure chest might appear over here instead. So for this one we got a hammer, and the hammer lets you destroy things like this that you can't get past. If you use a hammer then you can get straight through that. So let's try level 5 again. Hopefully this won't cause me much problems this time. Don't know what the point of that was. Thought there'd be something in there. So yeah, the whole point of this level, more or less, is just to dodge the what am I trying to say? Dodge the chain chomps. Whoops. Didn't jump off there for some reason. This level was also on Mario Maker as one of the courses that they show off. But unfortunately, because I'm small Mario, I can't get to that P-switch and turn the other ones around. Playing this, I can kind of see the difference in the graphics as well. Between how this looks and how Mario Maker looks. It does look slightly simpler on the NES. Yay, there we go, 5 lives. So now I'm up to 20. But don't worry, this game does get a lot harder, and I probably will start raging soon, so just wait. There we go, let's see if I can finish this puzzle. Oh, I don't remember what I saw last time. But you're all screaming at the screens, going, no, it's over there, it's over there. I remember that one. 10 coins. 10 coins. 1 up. Oh, 1 up must be in the middle. Close anyway. I'm not even going to bother trying that one, I don't need any more lives at the minute. Here's another iconic level. This one introduced the fact that these beetle things can actually go on the ceiling as well as the floor. Which you will see in a second. I don't want to hit that in there because I will die, so I'll throw it in instead. There we go. You can see down one of these anyway. They actually hang off the ceiling. There's also a hidden block around one of these areas that takes you to a little hidden area up here. So if you jump there, you can see that the background was a different colour. It was white instead of this red-brown colour. So the secrets are always kind of shown anyway. I'm going to go pick all these up and then go back down here and hit the P-switch. And I'll turn the rest of these into coins. Playing this back just now, I just realised just how much of this game I do know literally off by heart. Like, if I was asked to draw these levels, I could probably draw the entire thing. That's what I meant by the ones hanging off the ceiling, and I completely forgot about them. I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to try and slide under there. That's the only way you can get under, really, unless you wait for them to respawn. I don't want to do that in case I run into them again. Watch out for the boomerang brothers. I've got a flower, so I'll try and aim for another 2 flowers. Here we go, off to the next airship. And see what the king's been transformed into this time. Turned into a spider. And he can't even reach his crown, how sad. And Toad is freaking out there. We better go and rescue him just so that Toad doesn't like explode with excitement or terror. If Toads can feel terror, I don't know what they can do. Just worry about people being kidnapped most of the time. Or letting you know that they're not where you expected them to be. Thanks, Toad. Or have the most annoying voice ever in the Mario Party games. Which is actually the only Nintendo character that kind of kept the same voice that he had in the cartoon. Because he did actually sound like that in the cartoon, whereas Mario and Luigi and Peach and stuff, they sound completely different now. Thanks to the amazing work of Charles Martinet, but even so, compared to the cartoon, it's like you wouldn't even realise that was supposed to be Mario, if that's what you heard now. I did used to really love the cartoon though. I've watched every episode, I think. Used to watch it in the mornings, and I also had them on video. I still do somewhere. And I used to know the theme tune off by heart. I don't know whether that's something I should admit or not, but I know it's terrible looking back on it. But I really did enjoy it for the time. But I think you could have gave me anything with the word Super Mario on it, even if it was the worst thing ever, and I still would have thought it was the best thing ever. That's just how it was. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful now. Ah! What a perfect shot right on my bum. Right on Mario's bum, not my bum. Let's just say I did that on purpose so I can show you what happens. So now you have to actually go and track down the airship, which moves somewhere else on the map. So that could mean that it moves somewhere on the map that you can't get to at the moment, which makes it really annoying because you're trying to chase down the airship and you might not even be able to get there until you've like used a hammer to break down a certain part of the wall or something like that. But thankfully this is only World 2 and the map's still pretty small. But the maps do get a lot bigger. Especially World 3, what you'll see next. That one's a really big map. It was kind of overwhelming when I first played it. Let's hope I can keep some of these power-ups to use on the boss. I don't know if you can actually shoot them, I can't remember. Even so, it'll give me another hit to use. I always found it weird that the edge of the screen flashes a different colour. That's something to do with the way the scrolling works on the NES. There we go, back down the pipe. I'll probably end it for this part after this fight. No, it doesn't look like I can use the fire. The only way to kill him is to actually jump on his head. Well, I'm doing much better this time, I don't even need to worry about the fire. Worry about using an item, I mean. There we go, grab the wand, go back and see how Toad's feeling about things. Stop him having arachnophobia. I love the way the clouds move as well. I know it's so simple, but the way they all move at different speeds, it looks like they're kind of further away. which I thought was amazing graphics for the time. They still are really nice. I mean, if an indie game came out these days with these sort of graphics, kind of like how Shovel Knight did, it still looks brilliant today. There we go, another nice little letter off the princess. And that cloud actually lets you skip a level, so I definitely won't be touching that item, because that would defeat the point of the Let's Play. So there we go. I'm going to leave it here for now. Join me in part 2, and we'll probably do another 2 worlds, up to World 5. So I hope you enjoyed part 1. I'll upload part 2 probably the day after this one was uploaded, to give you guys a chance to watch it. So thanks for watching, see you next episode. Goodbye.